Okay, hey, welcome to Texas, to our Texas ranch here. Let's see. Let's get Willie going. Okay, we've got Willie going. In fact, we gotta go get the tractor. But when we first got here, I just bought the ranch, spent all my money buying the ranch from my uncle, and he took and sold off all the land, and this is all we have. Two pieces on each side, about 50 acres each. So the ranch used to be over 2,000 acres. Now we're down to 100 acres. Okay, so we picked the field of wheat. We didn't sell anything. We put all the contents in storage, and now we're picking. I think. Well, we'll see what it is. I think it's barley. So we had about 50 acres of wheat and about 50 acres of barley, and that's it. So we have a lot of work to do, and our goal is to eventually put the ranch back together, a couple thousand acres, and have it the most successful ranch here in the valley in Texas. Okay. Oh, a little farther, I guess. Right? Am I right? I think this is barley, right? Yep. Okay. So, welcome back. A lot of work to do. Willie is operating the combine, and I'm going to be picking up the product from him and taking it into the silos, and also picking up the straw in this section, so that we can buy a new seeder and start seeding it. Okay, so in between of picking up barley loads and putting them in the silo, I will run the straw. The trailer isn't too big, so we need a new trailer, but we don't have a lot of money, and I've talked to the bank, so we will check with them soon and see if they'll lend us some. And our priority is probably going to get a new seeder. I think I'm gonna, instead of going with the 3-meter for about $30,000, I think I'm gonna step right up, because these fields are nice size. I'm gonna step right up and buy the 9-meter. Okay, and it'll cultivate. Wow, can't talk. Cultivates and seeds at the same time. Cultivates. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, so we're going to get the biggest one available, and that should be real nice. That should help us out getting these fields planted, and you know, the quicker we can get them planted, then the quicker we can harvest them again. In Texas, you can get 2-3 crops a year. Winters, we get very little freezing. It freezes at night for off and on for maybe 5 or 6 weeks. So winters are pretty mild. Usually what they do is they do 2 full crops, and then they'll do a crop just cultivate under, that will give the field whatever it needs. Okay, so in that sense, you're getting 3 crops. One you're putting back in for nutrition, and 2 you can take to market or utilize for cattle or whatever. Okay, there are areas of Texas where it's just like this. As flat as far as the eye can see. Okay, I know I've traveled them, and when I went down to Galveston, I was going between there and heading west, and there had to be, and I only traveled maybe 80, 100 miles west, and there was an area there where the land was flat like this, completely flat for 100 miles, as far as the eye could see. So this is kind of what we're using. Okay, you're gonna find terrain like this in Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas and several other places. Okay, so it's realistic enough. They have these beautiful, and I mean they cut them into squares because they're perfectly flat, and just the way it is done here. Okay, so that was the whole idea. Now this isn't my map. I will put up, I can't remember, it's some German name, and he designed this map. Okay, now what I'm going to do is try to edit it, put some more trees up, put some fences up, add some buildings that aren't here, and take some stuff down. Okay, if I'm able to. I just don't know enough about the editing and about this map. Okay, now I might as well answer a few questions. I've had a few people ask me what I'm using to capture the video. I'm using Fraps. Okay, I was having problems with it at first, but it was my fault. Here's the one thing: if you're using excuse me, if you're using Fraps, here's the one thing that's really important: that you record to an auxiliary hard drive, a different hard drive than the one your computer is using for Fraps in the game, because Fraps in the game are taking up a lot of the capacity. Okay, so that if you video to them, and that's what I was doing, then of course you're going to have problems in frame dropping. Okay. Number 2 is if I'm working for a lot of hours doing things with the computer, just letting you know what I do, I reboot it. It just clear everything out. Number 3 is you want to shut everything else down, but Fraps and the game. So if that's about the only thing I can say. As far as the process, it took me a while to get used to that. Basically what you're doing, you're recording. Let's say you record for 12 minutes, and you're going to see that I try to clip them around that length. A 12-minute recording raw will be about 15 gigabytes. I mean, think of it, 15 gigabytes for 12 minutes of recording. Okay, so there's no way you're going to upload that. YouTube wouldn't like it. It would take you forever. So what you end up doing after you record, let me slow this down. I'll be right with that. Let me get the tractor going. Okay, so after you record, you have to compress it. Okay, or they call it rendering. You render it. So you take that 12-minute film, and it's about 15 gigabytes. After you render it, it's less than 1. Okay. Then, and I render it now. I'm using Corel Studio. Okay, I'm not doing any editing. What I do is I just put it together right the length. I render it and then upload to YouTube. When you hit uploading, there's a little section there that says YouTube, and it says 16 by, if you want to upload a 16 by 9 by HD, and that's it. You hit yes, and it does the rest of it. Okay. Now, I was having another problem earlier. The screen, there was a little black on the end of the screen. I couldn't get a full screen even after it was uploaded to YouTube. And after Googling it and reading, because there's so much material out there, you just can't get the right information a lot of times. But after a while, it became evident that it would be best if I recorded in 1280 by 720. So when I looked at the computer, I said, why am I recording in, like, let's say 1168 by 780 or whatever, some weird number. So I set it to 1280 by 720. I said, wow, I mean, the screen looks great. Why haven't I had the screen? Because I didn't understand that it's important if you're going to be doing HD. That's exactly the size of HD. So now what I do is, to make it real easy, I record. My screen is at that size. I record at that size. So record it, then render it, and then upload it. And I'm not saying it's the best quality in the world, because some people have some, I mean, amazing equipment, okay? But what the equipment I have and the experience I have, I mean, you know, it's doing a pretty good job, so I'm happy with it. Let's see. Hey, I want to thank the people. A lot of response, a lot of likes and subscribers, so I appreciate it. If you've been with me since the beginning, about 10 days ago, you'll know that this is all new to me. Okay, you're going to see a couple of 4 or 5 little videos, 2-3 minutes. They were done. Oh, I don't know. I think in 2010. Those are mostly because I knew nothing about uploading, knew nothing about YouTube, and they were more for test purposes, okay? Now, what's amazing is that they've actually gotten, a couple of them have gotten almost 50,000 hits. So, you know, the response has been great. I think maybe if I just would have known more, I might have started this back then, okay? But you know how it is in life. There's things you want to do, but then you don't get serious, or you go on to something else, or maybe you fear a little bit. You know, doing the commentary and everything. It's like giving a speech every day. You know, I mean, even if you can do it once in a while, you probably would not want to do it every day. Okay, we're done here. But here's the two things that I weigh. I've been playing video games 10, 12 years, you know, ever since good games came out, just about. Played hundreds. I just enjoy it. I enjoy I'm amazed by the whole